In a world where games and reality merge, upon turning 18, anyone can change their class to professional. They enter dungeons, hunt monsters, level up, and gain power. 3 years ago, Su Qing, a crossover, shocked the entire capital when he awakened the only hidden profession, cultivator. He was directly recruited into the Supreme Academy, believing that his path to success would be wide open from then on. However, a harsh paradox quickly revealed itself: this profession could not hunt monsters and could not level up. By the time he graduated, he was still stuck at the refined Qi realm, struggling to escape the fate of a useless person. Fortunately, Su Qing possessed a golden finger, life simulation. By paying an energy cost, he could simulate the future, even bringing back cultivation, tools, and experience from that world. But during one simulation, a horrifying truth emerged. 15 years later, a foreign tribe launched a large-scale invasion, and the human clan was annihilated in an instant. Foreseeing this doom, Su Qing had no choice but to endure and quietly train himself. He began his journey of accumulating strength bit by bit, silently growing in the shadows, becoming a hidden powerhouse. All this was to prepare for the day he would confront the foreign tribe and change the fate of humanity. In front of Su Qing appeared a notification board. The life simulation machine is binding. Binding successful. Host Su Qing, age 21, profession, cultivator. He was shocked. What is this? It's been 3 years, do you know how I've lived in the past 3 years? Damn it, I thought I was a crossover person without a golden finger. That's right, he is Su Qing, a crossover individual. 3 years ago, he crossed over to this wonderful world. This world is unlike his previous one. The game has become reality: demon beasts, demon objects, secret realm dungeons, equipment props, endless tiers. Everyone can change their class to professional at the age of 18 and go eliminate monsters in dungeons to gain experience. 3 years ago, he awakened the only hidden profession, cultivator. This news caused a sensation throughout the capital at the time, and Su Qing was directly recruited into one of the top academies in the country, Capital Vocational University. But soon, he discovered a critical problem: he couldn't level up. 3 years have passed, and he is now a senior student. Su Qing has witnessed his classmates leveling up from bronze to silver rank, gold rank, and even higher. You are still a first-level Qi refining monk as before. However, Su Qing did not give up. Thanks to his relentless efforts, he finally reached the 6th level of body refinement, with the strength of 1,000 gold. It may sound very powerful, but his actual combat power is not even equal to a level 30 professional bronze. Su Qing was delighted, but now that I've finally reached today, I have my golden finger, no more talking, let's get to the main issue. He activated it and began to simulate. In the dormitory, Su Qing awakened his golden finger. He was very excited and started taking the girls out to hunt monsters every day, showcasing his prowess in the leveling team. After clearing dungeons, Su Qing received some white equipment and a great refinement reward. Among them was a shy junior who didn't have any money. She tried to pay in other ways. After a night of rain, he began to try to cultivate. He had found a legendary skill book called Pan Gu Heaven Opening Art. But after a month, his cultivation still showed no progress. Eventually, Su Qing realized that all the online immortal cultivation skills were scams. In his despair, he could only continue to train his physique. In addition to practicing, Su Qing often took his first-year juniors to level up. While earning money, he also had to maintain a certain distance in their interactions. However, the beautiful dream did not last long. 6 months later, that first-year girl broke through to the silver rank profession and lost contact with him. Su Qing was deeply affected. I thought that based on our friendship, there might be some feelings, but that was just a transaction. His self-esteem was hurt. But Su Qing transformed his pain and anger into strength. After 6 months of diligent training, he finally reached the 7th level of body refinement. Although he couldn't graduate, his reputation for great refinement was so impressive that new juniors admired him and came to him. Su Qing reaped significant rewards. In 3 years, he accumulated tens of millions in assets. 5 years later, he was expelled from the school. However, with the help of Yu Yan, Su Qing opened a store selling equipment for professionals. He quickly made a fortune and became a well-known equipment trader in the capital. But one day, Su Qing's parents told him that his younger sister, Nianan, had died. He felt as if struck by lightning. My sister, why did she suddenly die? 3 years later. The border war broke out, and your good brother Yu Yan also died. You were shocked, how could this be? Yu Fatty, known as the genius of Capital Vocational University, could not die like this. The feeling of crisis in Su Qing's heart exploded more than ever, and he decided to strive for cultivation. Su Qing spent a year and leveled up to the 9th stage of refined body. The sudden fluctuation in the market caused the price of recovery medicine to soar, but no one cared about his equipment. Su Qing closed his equipment shop and chose to return to his hometown. One day, while enjoying the cool air in the yard, he looked up and saw a giant beast appearing in the sky, blocking out the sun. In the eyes of the giant beast, the fear crushed everything of humanity. Countless characters had fought against that monster. The battle was extremely fierce, and he was at a disadvantage, so he was knocked away. What happened next? The giant beast opened its mouth and swallowed the entire Great Xia country. Su Qing died at the age of 36. The system reminded him, first-time free reward simulator, you can choose one of the following rewards, a holder of innate spiritual roots, 9th stage refined body cultivation. Su Qing was stunned by the massive data pouring in. Is the simulator over already? The notification displayed. Please choose a simulated reward, he analyzed carefully. The world will end in 15 years, and I just received the golden finger. If I keep running the simulation, there must be a way to break the deadlock. So, Su Qing decided, I choose the one who holds the spiritual roots. The light reflected on his face, and Su Qing felt, so this is what it feels like to have spiritual roots. I never expected that being different from ordinary people could lead to such a good thing. The simulator seemed to be powered by white equipment. If that's the case, then these things wouldn't be of any use. The reminder notification said, detected white equipment, the sharp dagger has successfully absorbed energy, receiving 5 energy points. Detected white equipment, the little princess's gloves have successfully absorbed energy, receiving 8 energy points. Just then, the door outside was pushed open by someone, and Yu Fatty cheerfully walked in and called out, Su old man, there are 6 freshman girls waiting for you outside the dorm. One of them is quite attractive, you really are quite the charmer. Su Qing replied, I know, they are looking for me to go level up in dungeons. I came home late at night, remember to save some food for me. As soon as I stepped outside, a beautiful girl started a conversation, hello, senior. You immediately announced, everyone knows the rules, right? The next dungeons will cost 2,000 yuan per person, and all the equipment and props will be mine. First-year girl Wang Qing Quan watched from a distance as you talked to the 2 juniors. She felt shy, 2,000 yuan. What should I do? Inside the dungeons of Shirley Slope, a fierce monster was charging at them. Su Qing knocked down the fat monster with a punch, sending it flying back. The 2 juniors behind admired, senior is so amazing. After receiving their share, they happily exclaimed, this is my part, thank you, senior. At that moment, Qing Quan approached, her sweet voice ringing out, brother, I'm a bit tight on cash right now, can I change the payment method? You coldly laughed, sure, follow me into the dark room. Inside that room, Su Qing sat on a chair, holding a small stick. Seeing the whip come down, Qing Quan couldn't contain her excitement. You pointed to the board and made her read, sister, it's not me who said this. Just follow my lead. Prosperity, democracy, civilization. Qing Quan forced a smile and read it back. Su Qing shouted the slogan of equality and freedom, for the female students who are about to join us, our main goal is to provide spiritual salvation. Freedom and equality, but you must not step onto the path of breaking the law and committing crimes, do you understand? The following week, Su Qing began to receive orders frantically. He entered the dungeons of Shirley Slope, crazily sweeping through monsters, his fists powered by extraordinary strength striking directly at the monsters' bellies. The group of female students flattered him, thank you, senior, you are amazing. He replied, thank you for your support, please place an order again next time. Returning home, looking at the stacks of money on the table, Su Qing secretly rejoiced, 200,000 Great Xia coins, finally enough. The system announced, consume 200 energy points, remaining energy is 1082 points. Remaining simulate attempts are countless. Starting simulate. Extracting white talent costs 100 energy points. Blue talent costs 1000 energy points. Do you want to extract? Consuming 100 energy points, remaining energy is 982 points. Proceeding with random talent extraction. Congratulations, you have received the white talent, Business Elite. Business Elite, your business vision surpasses that of ordinary people. When conducting transactions, you will earn money more easily than an average trader. Su Qing commented, although the Business Elite talent does not directly improve strength, it allows one to accumulate more wealth during the simulation, so it's not bad at all. The screen displayed, at the same time, while leveling up, Su Qing will introduce equipment and skills to new students. In the dormitory, he has a unique business vision and investment plans to make money. He said to them, this skill is buy one get one free, equipping this only costs 988, and once bought, you don't have to worry about fakes. The younger girls enthusiastically bought the items. Senior, I want one. Hey, I want one too. Although Su Qing was about to graduate and was still a retaking student on the 6th floor of Refined Body, he had already earned 30 million in just 1 year by buying low and selling high. He had started to monopolize the second-hand market on campus. In just 2 years, Su Qing had become a businessman with assets worth hundreds of millions. At the Tarot Club, he established a trading organization named the Tarot Club and opened a store in the capital. 2 years later, Su Qing was expelled from school. However, due to the rapid growth of his business, he became a target. When he encountered Qing Quan, Su Qing teased, "Why is a junior like you bothering me?" She pressed a dagger against his throat, threatening, "Senior, you have to join the mysterious organization with me, or I will have no choice but to kill you." Su Qing calmly asked, "What organization?" "But little sister, you still underestimate me." Then, he snapped his fingers, and immediately his bodyguards appeared from their hiding places. Qing Quan charged forward without hesitation, taking down each one skillfully. Her demeanor was particularly serious at that moment, no longer the spoiled and weak girl she used to be. He realized, "Junior, have you awakened to professional grandmaster rank already?" Currently, outside, the dormitory rooms were being sold. Su Qing pondered, even a genius like you fatty can only reach great master level, but Wang Qing Quan has somehow risen from bronze to grandmaster in just a short 5 years. There must be a significant secret behind this mysterious organization. Qing Quan said in a low voice, "Senior, you have helped me, so I don't want to kill you." She closed her eyes and silently made a resolution. Qing Quan had thrown down the dagger. Suddenly, she pulled the person opposite her closer and placed a kiss on their lips. The two of them went to the hotel to take action. Looking at the bloodstain on the bed, Su Qing was surprised. "Sister, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you." After that, he continuously inquired about that girl, but she had already died. How could a strong grandmaster like Qing Quan die so easily? It must be the work of that mysterious organization. I must find that organization and take revenge for Qing Quan. Su Qing began investigating the mysterious organization behind Qing Quan but found nothing. At the same time, he had never given up on searching for the skill of cultivating immortals. 2 years had passed, and Su Qing still hadn't discovered the skill of cultivating immortals, but his cultivation in refining his body had improved significantly, reaching the peak of body refinement. At his home, Su Qing reminded his sister, "Nianan, promise me you won't enter any dungeons this year." She looked puzzled. "Why not?" "But okay." He just sighed, showing his helplessness. The system reminded him, next year, Su Qing's sister will continue to undertake dungeon missions. She is dead. Su Qing was shocked. How could this be? The next information displayed, you started investigating your sister's death but found nothing. Finally, Su Qing managed to gather some information. Someone told him that his sister had died in a dungeon called Demon Suppressing Pass. Su Qing began to look into the Demon Suppressing Pass dungeon, but found nothing. He suddenly remembered that his good friend Yu Yan had also died that year. Su Qing was shocked. "Did you fatty also die?" He focused intently on the next information. Su Qing felt that something was off and began to investigate the cause of Yu Yan's death. Just as he suspected, he discovered that Yu Yan had also died in the Demon Suppressing Pass. Not just him, most of Su Qing's classmates that year had also died in this dungeon. This dungeon is called Demon Suppressing Pass. It looks like a meat grinder, continuously devouring the lives of those around. He was curious, what exactly is this Demon Suppressing Pass dungeon, that so many professionals have died there? Moreover, these professionals seem to have no reason not to go. I must enter the Demon Suppressing Pass dungeon, so I will continue to simulate. This year, Su Qing relied on his insight to quickly sell a large amount of low-level equipment and buy a lot of recovery medicine. He became a business tycoon in the low-level professional market in the capital. However, Su Qing could not let his guard down, as he knew that in 4 years, a disaster would sweep across the entire mainland. Su Qing began to plan for this disaster, hoping to use his wealth and power to inform some important people about it. He failed, and no one believed his news. Su Qing had no choice but to protect himself. He started selling a large amount of real estate and buying property overseas. 3 years later, Su Qing immigrated to the United States with his parents and tens of billions of dollars. The United States is also a powerful country, with countless high-level professionals across the ocean, tens of thousands of miles away. The professions here are very different from those in other countries, featuring unique professions such as vampires, werewolves, and Western cowboys. Another year passed, and finally, the year of the giant monster attack arrived. His heart was filled with determination, hoping to avoid the attack of the giant beast in the United States. On this day, a demon obscuring space and the sun appeared in the sky of the United States. Countless professionals leaped into the air, hoping to defeat the demon, but were only seeking their own deaths. Su Qing suspected, is it possible that the monster attacking the real world is not just one? Notification: the demon has initiated an endless curse causing all humans in the United States to die. Su Qing died at the age of 36, this simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following rewards. Business Elite Talent, costing 1000 energy points. Refined Body Great Perfection Cultivation, costing 500 energy points. You have chosen to extract Refined Body Great Perfection Cultivation from the simulation. Consumed 500 energy points, leaving 482 energy points. He snorted coldly upon realizing, with my current strength, I can only match a few newly promoted silver rank professionals. Although the Business Elite Talent could bring me a lot of wealth in the simulator, it doesn't help me at all in reality. Moreover, Cultivation Refined Body Great Perfection is real fighting. By then, I will be able to obtain more equipment. It can be converted into energy to conduct better simulations. The information panel displays everything about you. No skills, equipped with a long sword of green blood, sharp green armor, and green Qing Yun shoes. Su Qing wondered, is there really a way to avoid the catastrophe 15 years from now? Unless the human leaders also knew this news, but simply had no way to avoid it. Therefore, they concealed the news just to avoid causing public panic. Due to the special nature of his profession, his display panel is different from others. Others have levels, while he has cultivation, so he can only learn skills related to cultivating immortals. This number is much stronger than the average of a professional silver rank. However, there is still a significant gap, and he must continue to improve his strength. A week later, he was thinking of trying. 400,000 Great Xia coins should be enough for another simulation. Update notification, energy points 2082. Consumed 300 energy points, remaining energy 1782 points. Remaining simulation time is countless. Simulation starts. Extracting white talent costs 100 energy points. Extracting green talent costs 1000 energy points. Do you want to extract? Su Qing agreed, extract white talent. The screen displayed a message, congratulations, you have received white talent, die without closing eyes. He secretly rejoiced, that's great. Su Qing analyzed the notification, die without closing eyes, after death you can simulate for one more day. This skill may seem ordinary at first glance, but it could potentially hold greater value. Damn it, let's see who killed me. If used well, it might even extract important information from the enemy. Let's start simulating. The story continued. Thanks to his improved strength, within a year, Su Qing helped his sister level up and earn 20 million in a frenzy. He still hadn't forgotten Qing Quan, the old classmate he once met. In addition to accepting quests, Su Qing often helped her level up and shared spiritual chicken soup with her. One day, Qing Quan came to say, "I received an invitation from a mysterious organization." She put on a pitiful expression that made Su Qing's heart soften. He hugged her tightly and said, "Qing Quan, don't go." When he was alone in the room, Su Qing felt confused. How could this happen? Is it true that if I don't join that mysterious organization, I'll be forcibly taken away? Damn it! Some time later, Su Qing met Wang Qing Quan again, who had been missing, surprising him greatly. He stepped forward and asked, "Where have you been all these years? Are you doing well?" She shyly turned her head away, unable to face him. Su Qing closed his eyes tightly and then exclaimed, "It's okay, if you don't want to talk about it, we won't mention it anymore." He noticed something under the pillow. "What is this?" The book had the title, Changchun Technique. Su Qing was overjoyed as if he had found gold. So this is indeed the skill for cultivating immortals. This is great, my hopes for cultivating immortals are alive now. It's a pity it's only half a book. He began practicing day and night, but still wondered. Why? It's been a month, and my cultivation is still at the first level of refined qi. This won't do, I must find a way to break through. Su Qing did not give up. Besides taking care of his business, he devoted all his attention to this skill. Even when he was exhausted, he asked himself, could it be spiritual energy? That's right, spiritual roots, I have the skill. The only reason I can't cultivate is due to the lack of spiritual energy. But in this lifetime, there's no time left, I must go convince my sister and Yu Yan first. Su Qing decided to go save his sister. He returned to his hometown in the countryside and looked for his younger sister who had just graduated from university. The two had a peaceful and beautiful time together until someone came to see them. We come from the government department, and this time we are here to invite your sister, Nianen, to the demon-suppressing pass. He refused, no, I won't allow it. Nianen softly called, brother. Su Qing shouted, Nianen, I am your brother, you must listen to me. But suddenly, an unexpected situation left him stunned. Looking at the energy radiating around her, Su Qing was shocked, Grandmaster rank, when did she become that? Before leaving, Nianen promised, don't worry, brother, I am already at Grandmaster rank. The demon-suppressing pass is a dungeon that everyone must go through, I will be back in about a month. Remember to leave some fries for me. A month later, news of his sister's death came back. Su Qing tried to persuade Yu Yan once more but still failed. The fluctuations in the recovery drug remained unchanged, and he made a lot of money again. Su Qing knew he only had 4 years left, so he sold all his assets and devoted all his money and effort to searching for spiritual energy. He spent an entire year without achieving anything. One day, a mysterious person came to meet Su Qing. He warily asked, who are you? The stranger replied, do you want to talk to an ant about to be crushed to death? Su Qing understood the meaning behind his words, and his gaze became sharp. Caught off guard by the sudden attack, Su Qing thought, very fast. Silver rank? No, at least he has the strength of a gold rank. The kick was right in front of him, and he grasped the stranger's ankle tightly, so what if you're gold? My perfected body refinement has never fallen short in battle. The stranger was stunned, unable to believe it, what? Su Qing used his strength to throw the man far away. Dust rose thickly. He was on guard, is it over? However, the man had somehow circled behind Su Qing. He restrained him and mocked, above Grandmaster, huh? The opponent had murderous intent. Unfortunately, a bloody scene unfolded. He broke Su Qing's neck, and Su Qing died. Su Qing activated his innate ability, die without closing eyes. A notification appeared, you have activated the innate ability die without closing eyes. Su Qing exclaimed, I really want to see how you plan to kill me. He witnessed the entire process. The mysterious person has taken the Changchun technique that Qing Quan gifted to me. Perhaps he is also a member of the mysterious organization. This guy looked at the Changchun technique in his hand with interest. He killed me with one strike, truly an eyesore. The fate of Su Qing is, you have lost your eyes, die without closing eyes becomes ineffective. This simulation has come to an end. After watching, I was furious. Just wait for me, I will crush your dog head sooner or later. The system suggested, die without closing eyes is a white talent skill, priced at 1,000 energy points. Su Qing was astonished. Is it possible not to survive until the apocalypse? I was killed by a mysterious person. A new notification appeared, selling the Changchun technique skill, rental price 3,000 energy points. The skill for cultivating immortals, wood attribute, commonly seen, can extend lifespan and increase the absorption rate of spiritual energy. Changchun technique costs 3,000 points. Spending hundreds of thousands to buy white equipment, then converting it into energy could also make it possible to purchase. But if I already have die without closing eyes, I will be able to know what happens after the apocalypse, and who caused this catastrophe. The next simulation of Changchun technique can be scanned, but if I skip die without closing eyes, I don't know when I will encounter it again. System update. You chose to bring the talent die without closing eyes from the simulate. Consumed 1,000 energy points, remaining 782 energy points. Su Qing knew, I must take advantage of the time to earn money. Next time in the simulate, I will definitely bring back the Changchun technique to continue earning money for development. Luckily, I have many female subordinates. On the day of preparing to enter the dungeons, he asked his subordinates, do you understand the rules? One girl replied, I finished preparing a long time ago. Senior, you are so cool. Su Qing calculated, an average white equipment can be exchanged for 5 energy points, and the cheapest white equipment costs at least 1,000 to 2,000 coins. In other words, I must earn at least that much. Seeing him punch away the fierce beasts, the group of subordinates admired him greatly. Senior, you are amazing, you won again. They clung to Su Qing, begging, Senior, Senior, I want to too. Meanwhile, he tried to force a smile. Su Qing trembled all over. With one worship, I earned up to 700,000 great xia coins, 600 white equipment. I am indeed impressive. Let's go, for great xia, for my friends and family, I must step onto the path of cultivating immortals. His eyes sparkled with determination. The notification read, congratulations, you have drawn the white talent, calm and peaceful. No matter how turbulent your heart may be, on the outside, you still appear calm. The common term, stiff face. Su Qing cursed, damn it, stiff-faced again, truly the old thief Sima, the cold-faced emperor. Refund it right now for me. The system ignored the host's cries for rights. In the next year, every day you will lead female subordinates into dungeons to level up and fight monsters. Seeing the white thighs and stunning figures of the female subordinates, you felt high as a pangolin, but on the outside, you remained unfazed, maintaining the demeanor of a gentleman. During one dungeon grind, Qin Quan also called out, Senior, I. Su Qing reminded himself, I can't disturb the progress of the previous simulation, I should maintain a deliberate distance from Qin Quan. Similar to a few previous simulations, Qin Quan received an invitation from a mysterious organization. Your advice was unsuccessful, and that night you tested out new knowledge. Su Qing's face turned red when he saw that simulation. Qin Quan lay underneath, seductively calling, Senior. The information continued to display. The next day, Qin Quan dropped out of school. A year later. You couldn't graduate due to insufficient ability. You left school, established a tarot club, and continued your business selling second-hand equipment, waiting for Qin Quan to come to you. One day, Qin Quan indeed came to your door looking for you. After spending a night together, she left behind the Changchun technique. The two of you had a passionate night, and the Changchun technique absorbed power, but Su Qing felt frustrated because, like last time, I still can't cultivate, I should continue searching for the whereabouts of spiritual energy. The story continues. For a year, you couldn't stop your younger sister from going to the demon-suppressing past dungeons. A month later, you received news of your sister's death. A year later, Yu Yan also passed away. During this year, you invested all your capital into the pharmaceutical industry, planning to earn enough money to migrate to the United States, escaping from that unreasonable mysterious figure. At that time, Su Qing received a call with news. What? You've gathered information related to spiritual energy? The other side reported, yes, "Boss, there is a strong grandmaster in Jinling City, Jiangnan Province, and she has a valuable artifact called Spirit Stones. You were delighted, great, prepare a gift for me immediately. I will go there right away." Su Qing drove away from home at night, his face showing an unmistakable joy. Su Qing exclaimed, "Great, that person has agreed to meet me. As long as I get the Spirit Stones, these treasures are nothing." However, before the transaction, the mysterious person had found a friend. Su Qing did not expect to encounter him at this crucial moment. "You are dead, Sunflower 33 years old. Your eyes have been crushed, and the talent, die without closing eyes is no longer effective." Reading this information, Su Qing was so angry that he raised his middle finger. A notification displayed, "This simulation has ended. You can choose a reward from the options below, calm and peaceful talent, sell the Changchun technique skill set." He already had an answer, "I choose the Changchun technique." The system reminded him, "You chose to sell the Changchun technique set from the simulation, consuming 3,000 energy points, leaving 182 energy points remaining. The Changchun technique, the signature skill of the Changchun sect in the Qin-Yun world. This skill has a total of 6 levels, the highest being Return to Void, but since this skill has lost half of its effectiveness, it can only be cultivated to the Golden Elixir level at most. The Changchun technique absorbs the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, nurtures the self, effectively prolongs life, and eternally retains youth." Su Qing picked up the Changchun technique and skimmed through it. In the first stage, everything flourishes, waking up in the morning and taking a stroll in the yard refreshes the spirit. In the second stage, the harmony between heaven and earth is much more reliable than the 3-year time scroll, teaching you from cultivating immortals to entering the ground, which I had purchased a long time ago. He entered the cultivation process, closing his eyes and sensing the aura circulating within his body. A stream of energy surrounded Su Qing. He looked at the mass of energy in his palm with satisfaction. This skill effectively prolongs life and eternally retains youth. It's just a pity that in 15 years, the apocalypse will come, and prolonging life won't matter. Having the skill and a clue about spirit stones, if I simulate once more, I might be able to obtain that spirit stone. Once I have the spirit stones, I can officially embark on the path of cultivating immortals. But I have no idea about the true value of spirit stones, or how much energy is really needed. Before simulating again, I must accumulate enough energy first. However, my balance is just over 800,000, so I can only exchange for 4,000 energy points if I can't withdraw the spirit stones." Just as Yu Yan ran in calling, "Su Qing, Lu old man is looking for you." He reminded him. "You fatty, can you be a little quieter? This door will eventually be kicked down by you." He awkwardly scratched his head. "Next time, I will definitely pay attention." Su Qing's eyes lit up as if he had seen a fortune god. "By the way, you came at the right time. You fatty, quickly lend me some money." Yu Yan replied sulkily. "Recently, the economic situation has been tough, and I don't have much money left." Su Qing responded. "Just tell me how much you can lend." He handed Su Qing his bank card. "There's only 500,000 left, so spend it wisely. The password is my birthday." Su Qing felt very touched. "You fatty." He interrupted. "Su old man, no need to say such strange things. 100,000 is nothing to me, who told you to be my good brother?" Su Qing's words felt like a cold bucket of water poured over him. "Actually, I wanted to ask when your birthday is." Yu Yan felt immense regret. "Damn it, pay me back right now." Seeing him fuming with anger, Su Qing ran away immediately. "Just kidding, I'm going to find Lu Xiaodong first." Now Su Qing was already in Xiaodong's room. "You got straight to the point, Lu teacher, is there something you wanted to talk to me about?" He asked, "Su Qing, how has your cultivation been lately? Have you leveled up?" Su Qing looked helpless. "No, it's still the same. However, I will cultivate very quickly and strive to break through to silver soon." Xiaodong kept reminding, "Su Qing, you know, our academy has a test pass rate and an employment rate, based on your current cultivation." He thought to himself, indeed, it's about this. Then he spoke up, "So, Lu teacher, what you mean is? I hope you can be straightforward." Xiaodong did not beat around the bush. I hope you will voluntarily drop out, as it would be better for both you and the reputation of the school. Su Qing thought to himself, this is good for everyone, but it's probably just good for the achievements of the homeroom teacher like you, right? Capital Vocational University has never had a precedent for advising students to drop out. I won't fall for an old trick like yours. So he smiled brightly and replied, Lu teacher, I have never thought about voluntarily dropping out. After all, the situation at the school is quite good for me. Su Qing knew, after all, the resources from the younger female students are abundant. Xiao Dong made a condition, Su Qing, I know it's very difficult for you right now. Just like that, as long as you take the initiative to drop out, I am willing to represent the academy and offer you a compensation of 500,000 great xia coins. What do you think? He appeared surprised, this. The man became more enthusiastic as he spoke, in addition, I can also help you find a job. My security team at the apartment complex is currently short-staffed, and based on your abilities, you could definitely give it a try. Recalling that time, Xiao Dong had once knelt down and begged, as long as you are willing to be my student, I promise to give you 3 million. He still held a grudge about this, you haven't given me the 3 million you promised when I enrolled, and now you're using a gatekeeping position to humiliate me. Su Qing skillfully declined, Lu teacher, thank you for your concern. At the moment, I have no intention of dropping out, this place is quite suitable for my training. Xiao Dong reminded, Su Qing, you are no longer the genius you were 3 years ago. You are completely a burden in our academy. Should Capital Vocational University lose face because of a parasite like you? Is your conscience still intact? He was not embarrassed at all, yes, I understand. I will definitely work harder to be worthy of the academy's nurturing. Teacher Lu, they want to kick me out for 500,000, but my good brother gave me 5 million. Xiao Dong felt humiliated and was speechless, saying, me. Just then, a notification popped up on his phone, 4,000 white equipment items you ordered are about to be shipped. He was overjoyed, once the equipment arrives, I can proceed with the next simulation. A week later, when he pressed the start button for the simulation, Su Qing was determined, this time, I must bring out the spirit stones. The notification displayed, congratulations, you have received a white talent. You have become bald, but not stronger. You experience early hair loss, and your hair falls out more easily than others your age. However, your bald appearance resembles that of a high monk in a temple, making it easier for others to trust and feel favorable towards you. Su Qing instinctively reached up to pat his head, I still have hair, I'm not bald. But when he ran his hand down and felt a handful of hair, he felt a chill in his heart. Holding his patchy head, Su Qing screamed, my hair, what kind of weird talent is this? A series of advertisements popped up, moisturizing, preventing hair loss, strengthening hair, and protecting hair roots, including the king of hair loss prevention, minoxidil, along with black sesame powder. Sparse hair affects your beauty value. You lack opportunities to interact with the new female students. Looking at his bald head in the mirror, Su Qing couldn't help but cry, might as well shave it all off. For some reason, after becoming bald, he found himself enjoying using his fists to crush monsters in dungeons even more. Moreover, because of this, his physical strength was very strong, with just one blow, he could kill a monster. I never expected this bald head would actually be more attractive than before. In a year, he had earned 30 million through grinding, and he even had a nickname. His nickname at school was, One Punch Superman. Simulate transition. Fortunately, Qing Quan doesn't mind you at all and still plans to sell you the Changchun technique one day. Su Qing replied, I don't need this skill set, I hope you can help me find the next part. As in previous times, Qing Quan dropped out again. To avoid affecting the search for the Changchun technique, he silently acknowledged his previous choice. But it seemed like the simulator knew his thoughts. Su Qing speculated, could it be that my thoughts and reality can be timely reflected in the simulator? The fate of Qing Quan, his younger sister Yu Yan, and the matter of dropping out was definitely similar to his past life. Let's continue watching then. The simulation continues. After Nyenan and Yu Yan left, based on your gentle appearance, you thrived in the business world. At the same time, you always exploited your Tarot Association's influence to search for the whereabouts of spirit stones. Su Qing ordered his subordinates, as soon as you get any clues related to spirit stones, report immediately. One day, an employee came to report, "Boss, we found out that a strong Grandmaster rank in Jinling City possesses a treasure called Spirit Stones." Su Qing exclaimed, "Great, I've finally waited for this day." He was anxious in the present. "It's here, right here. This time, I won't accept the Chang Chun technique from Qing Quan, that mysterious person won't come to bother me anymore. The Spirit Stones are crucial for my ability to cultivate immortals. Finally, I can meet this strong Grandmaster smoothly." A female employee handed him a cup of tea. "Sir, please enjoy your tea, the Lord will be here shortly." Just then, someone came looking for him. "You must be Su Qing." She introduced herself, "I am Jin Song Shui. It seems Mr. Su has some research on Buddhism." Su Qing smiled awkwardly, rubbing his bald head, "I understand a little." 7 days later, the simulation continues to transition, activating innate skill. Song Shui knows the Buddha, believes in the Buddha, and has a good impression of his friend. They have become friends, and there is nothing they cannot talk about. He is especially delighted, so this skill is used like this. Song Shui presented a box. "I have a total of 3 spirit stones in my hand, worth 300 million on the market." Su Qing immediately replied, "I will buy them all." She continued, "We are friends, so I will sell them to you at a friendly price of 30 million. He responded, "Then thank you very much." After that, Su Qing entered the cultivation process. When the cultivation was over, he opened his eyes, his expression serious. Su Qing calmly thought, "Half a spirit stone was enough for me to break through to the second level of the refined Qi realm. It truly is a good item. I will keep the other 2.5 for future refinement." He was now bright-eyed, with spiritual roots, spirit stones, and skills all in place. "This time when the simulation ends, I can officially step onto the path of cultivating immortals." Song Shui thoughtfully brought a tray of food in from outside. "You have been in seclusion for 3 days, do you want to eat something?" Su Qing replied, "Sure, just in time, I have something I want to ask you about." She revealed, "Are you talking about those spirit stones? I took them from a dungeon called Qin Yun Spiritual Field. Aside from spirit stones, I also got a bag of spirit rice, which is what you are eating now." Su Qing was astonished, "So this is actually spirit rice?" He only realized it now. It turns out there are dungeons related to cultivating immortals. With dungeons, I can freely collect spirit stones. Inside the simulation, Su Qing quickly asked, "Where are the dungeons?" Song Shui revealed, "It's a time-limited dungeon. In November 2023, I accidentally discovered this in the west of Jinling City. The dungeon only exists for 7 days." He currently stroked his chin in contemplation. 2023? Isn't that this year? Today is October 7th, 2023, which means the Qin Yun spiritual field hasn't opened yet, and I still have a chance to enter this dungeon. She said in frustration, "The old NPC in the dungeon told me I don't have the talent for cultivating immortals, otherwise, I could have received more opportunities." Su Qing was shocked. Talent for cultivating immortals. He felt fortune smiling upon him. "I have it." After finishing the simulation, Su Qing understood. It seems that spirit stones in the cultivating immortals dungeons are secondary, what's important is the opportunities. He continued to press the button to view the new simulation. Let's see more first. The harvest from this simulation is very large. The image of Su Qing's simulate appeared. After obtaining spirit stones, you practiced more and more, and your skills became increasingly proficient. Just as you were feeling pleased, Song Shui came to say goodbye to you. Su Qing simulate asked, "Are you leaving? Going to Demon Suppressing Pass?" She replied, "The pressure at the front line is getting greater every day. As a strong Grandmaster rank, I must go there." Su Qing simulate couldn't understand why all his friends and family wanted to go to Demon Suppressing Pass. He stopped her. "No, you must tell me where exactly is this Demon Suppressing Pass." Song Shui looked a bit troubled. Actually, it's fine to tell you." The system announced, activating innate skill, your panicked bald appearance increases Song Shui's favorability. She explained, Demon Suppressing Pass is the lifeline of the human clan. The human clan has extremely strong enemies, and the situation at Demon Suppressing Pass right now is not optimistic. Su Qing simulate was anxious. What exactly is the enemy? Song Shui shook her head, refusing, "I can't say any more. I will ask someone else to look after the tarot club. You can stay here for now, and we will meet again later. 1 month later, you attended the funeral of Song Shui. You felt neither happy nor sad, only wanting to do your best to improve your own strength. You picked up the phone and called, "Secretary Liu, how much assets do I have left now?" The secretary reported, "About 5 billion. Su Qing decided, "Sell everything." She was astonished by this news. Everything? You had converted all of it into physical training equipment. The simulation continued. You left the small house that Song Shui built for you and returned to your old home. You planned to use the physical training equipment you acquired to break through to the second level of the body refining bone forging realm. You wondered, it's been 3 years, the cultivation of body refining is increasing, why does the bone forging realm still feel lacking? Suddenly, a demon beast appeared from behind. You remained calm, so this day has finally come. Its mouth, with sharp teeth, opened wide. Su Qing in the simulation only needed to use one finger to block it. "I will eventually eat you back." Facing the demon beast, your figure seemed extremely small. At this moment, the simulation displayed, "You have activated your talent, die without closing eyes." Seeing this, you were shocked in the present. This is. Su Qing, in the simulation, was astonished when swallowed inside the belly of the giant beast. The people inside panicked and ran away from the mass of slime. "This is stomach acid, it's corrosive. Everyone run, save yourselves." Anyone touched by that slime was completely corroded. Even Su Qing's simulation was corroded. Your eyes have been partially digested by the giant beast. The talent, die without closing eyes, is no longer effective. He was now sweating in fear. There are still people inside the belly of the giant beast who haven't died, and they are being corroded alive. It's terrifying. The system reminded him, "You can choose a reward from the following options. You have been robbed but are not stronger than the talent, 1000 energy points. Sell the bone forging realm cultivation, 500 energy points. Refine Qi realm second tier cultivation, 100 energy points. 2.5 spirit stones as props, 2500 energy points." He regained his composure and exclaimed, "I did it. I brought the spirit stones out here. They are surprisingly cheap. Calculating like this, 1 spirit stone costs about 1000 energy points." The system presented an option. Checking shows that 1 low-grade spirit stone can be recovered for 100 energy points. Do you want to recover it? Su Qing was furious. Are you kidding me? Selling for 1000 and recovering for 100, this scammer. He heartbrokenly pressed the "yes" button. I wish there were no merchants in this world buying used goods for profit. Next, Su Qing entered the cultivation process. After a while, he looked at the remaining spirit stones, less than 1/5. It seems that 1 spirit stone is at least enough for me to cultivate for half a month. As for these 2 stones, there's no rush, I need to use them to test my hypothesis. Next, I must work hard to clear dungeons to earn money. I must definitely simulate a few more times and gather more spirit stones before the Qingyun spiritual field opens. After a week, Su Qing's body seemed withered. I really feel completely drained. However, this time I earned over 500,000, enough to simulate now. He continued to press the button to see the simulation. Come on, start simulating. Su Qing was anxious. I don't even know if my judgment about the spirit stones is correct. Forget it, I should just continue to simulate. The screen displayed, simulation starting. You have drawn a white talent, gym expert. You have a talent for refining your body that is better than average people. He was astonished. Gym expert. A talent in refining the body? Looking at the spirit stone in his palm, Su Qing curiously simulated, why am I holding half a spirit stone? Since I'm here, I should cultivate first. Simulate scene transition. In the following month, during the day, you take the girls out to earn money, absorbing the spiritual energy of spirit stones in your free time. Your cultivation has skyrocketed to the 4th level of Qi refinement. You receive an urgent call. Quick, book a train ticket to Jinling, the Qingyun dungeon is about to open. Pulling your suitcase to the train station, Su Qing remembers Song Shui saying, the dungeons are located in a park at the west gate of Jinling City, so it should be very close. Where is it? Where is it? Am I really unable to find it on my own? Should I look for it with Song Shui? A voice comes from behind, can you move aside? Su Qing turns around to look, who is this? It is Song Shui, now in her 30s. You have to admit, Song Shui was indeed cold and aloof 7 years ago. This dungeon is likely one that only Song Shui can find, I must follow her. In the blink of an eye, she has disappeared from sight. Where did she go? I clearly just saw her heading this way. While Su Qing is looking around, Song Shui approaches from behind. She presses her sword to the opponent's neck, why are you following me? You are startled, excuse me, are you Song Shui? Is it really Jean Sr.? I once saw you on the honor roll at school. Song Shui guessed her identity, you are a student of Capital Vocational University. Su Qing tried to be friendly, yes, Senior, my name is Su Qing. Recently, I have had a problem with Buddhism that I still don't understand. I didn't expect to meet you here. Is this the connection from 3 lifetimes that the Buddha talked about? Song Shui sheathed her sword, so you want to ask a question, right? She blushed and reminded her, go ahead and ask. Su Qing asked an age-old question, excuse me, Senior, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Upon hearing this, she was stunned, this. Inside, she was delighted, this junior seems to really understand Buddhist teachings, asking the very first question from the 10 great difficult questions of Buddhism right away. Song Shui walked ahead and said, we will discuss this question slowly on our way. I see that you also want to go to Jinling City, right? He chased after her from behind, Senior, are you saying I can follow you? She admitted without hesitation, that's right. The two of them entered the new dungeons together. He was shocked when he saw the scenery here, this is the temporary dungeons of the Qingyun spiritual field. The spiritual energy here is indeed very dense. The person here is definitely a monk. While exploring the dungeons, Su Qing discovered, sister, there is a thatched house ahead. Song Shui stepped forward, your cultivation level is really too low, for safety's sake, let me knock on the door. She gently tapped on the wooden door and politely opened it, is anyone there? Spiritual energy emanated strongly from within, and an old man appeared, this place is the secret realm of the immortals, those without deep fortunes cannot enter. You two are indeed lucky. Su Qing commented, sister, this old man says we are lucky, that really is good. The old man continued, do not be careless, I have 2 plots of spiritual fields that need your help to tend. If the spirit valley grows well under your care, I can grant you both an opportunity. Song Shui caught the immortal tool thrown out, tending to the spiritual field. He curiously asked, is this just a hoe? Does it have any other abilities? The old man reminded, I wish you both good luck with your task, I will come to check the results in 7 days. The door slammed shut, and she worried, oh no, I've never even seen normal grains, how am I supposed to tend to this spirit valley? Su Qing bent down to roll up her pants. Sister, before going to the fields, you must roll up your pants, otherwise, your clothes will get dirty. Song Shui asked hopefully, do you know how to farm? He revealed, I can't hide it any longer, both my parents are farmers, and I've been working in the fields since I was little. She placed her full trust in him, saying, I hope you can help me. Once the task is successful, I will definitely reward you. Su Qing replied with a bright smile, it's no trouble at all, you're being too polite, sister. Scene change, under your care, the spirit valley grows quickly. Song Shui's attitude towards you has also improved as a result. While overseeing the spiritual field, you discover that spiritual energy can enter the spiritual field to promote the growth of living beings, especially your wood attribute skill, Chang Chun technique, which is very effective for this type of spiritual field. Sitting in meditation, Su Qing felt, the spiritual energy here is so abundant, I must practice diligently and strive to channel the spiritual energy into the spirit valley. As the spiritual field gradually became lush and green, he felt very satisfied. All my hard work every day has paid off, I've reached the 5th level of Qi refinement. That's great. The old man arrived as scheduled, 7 days have passed, let me see the results of your supervision. The old man nodded in approval, very good, you are able to manage well like this. The old man handed a bag to Song Shui, your spiritual field is also well taken care of, this is your reward. She received it, thank you, Venerable One. He was currently calculating the number of spirit stones and a bag of spirit rice. It seemed that this time, with his help, her reward had been upgraded, and he would be able to bring out many spirit stones from the simulation. Seeing Song Shui disappear right before his eyes, Su Qing simulated anxiously, "Senior sister." The old man reassured, "Don't be anxious, I am just taking her out of the dungeons." Surrounded by a wave of spiritual energy, the old man reminded, "Now, place your hands here." Both of them were supporting a sphere, inside which were 5 elements of spiritual roots in various colors. The old man checked it, 5 elements mixed spiritual roots. Although there is talent for cultivation, there is no hope for immortality. Su Qing bowed, "Please accept me as your disciple, sir." The old man replied, "With your talent, even if I accept you, it would not make much difference." He asked, "Then what kind of talent is needed to qualify as your disciple?" The old man revealed, "Well, at least dual spiritual roots." Su Qing pondered over this requirement, dual spiritual roots. He currently knows that his spiritual roots are just a white talent, and if his talent isn't good, it's just ordinary. It seems that to seize the opportunities this time, he must definitely extract the green spiritual roots. The old man handed Su Qing a bag. Inside are 30 spirit stones and 30 pounds of spirit rice. Work hard in your cultivation, don't be lazy just because of your ordinary talent. He clasped his hands in gratitude, "Thank you, Venerable One." The Venerable One waved his hand casually and left. The system displayed, simulation continues. 2 years later, Nianan joined the army and died. 3 years later, Yu Yan joined the army. Clearly, Su Qing could not save him. You were helpless in the market fluctuations a year later, but you earned a large sum, with your worth surpassing 10 billion. And finally, you found Jin Song Shui. He asked, "Song Shui, I want to buy the spirit stones you have, no matter the price, just name it." She decisively refused, "No need for money." However, she had a condition, "But I have one requirement." Su Qing gasped when someone pinned him down, "Sister." The wet scene unfolded in the simulation. A month later, the job was done. Song Shui spoke up when she saw Su Qing, who looked like a dried corpse, saying, "Then I will have no regrets anymore." Song Shui was reassigned. A month later, the news of her death was reported. For more years passed, and that giant beast that blotted out the sky appeared once again. "You have died, at the age of 36. This simulation has ended, please choose your reward." Su Qing was not too surprised. "This time there is no practical spirit rice, it seems I cannot break through the bone forging realm. It looks like I will have to stock up on some spirit rice later. First, I'll take the spirit stones, which are worth 40,000 points. The most I can exchange for with all the money I have is only 2,000 energy points, which is still a huge shortfall. No, I need to find my brothers to borrow some money." He went to a familiar place. "Hey, fatty, can you hear me?" He replied, "I can hear you. I was just about to head to the dungeons. You scared me there, what do you want?" Su Qing hesitated, "Well, my brother, I've been having some financial difficulties lately, could you lend me some money?" Yu Yan smiled brightly and asked, "How much?" As soon as he mentioned the amount, 100 million. Yu Yan just wanted to curse, "Damn it, do you think I'm an ATM? 100 million. Why don't you go dream? The most I can lend you is 50 million, not a penny more." In just a moment, Su Qing received a notification on his account, Face Powder received 50 million. He replied, "Thank you, my brother. Adding the 5 million that you fatty lent me before, I now have a total of 55 million. Let's set aside 50,000 for white equipment first. In reality, the Qing Yun spiritual field will open next month, which means I still have 4 opportunities to simulate. I must take advantage of this chance to stock up on spirit stones and spirit rice, only then will I have a chance to get that old man to accept me as his disciple." A week later, he eagerly opened the system. "Here we go, the moment to test whether my luck is black or white has arrived." Su Qing pressed the button to draw a green talent. The system displayed, "Congratulations host, you have drawn a green talent, live to be 100 years old." He just wanted to curse, "What does a cultivator like me want to live to be 100 for? Are you wishing for me to die young?" The update notification for the simulation ended. Su Qing looked at the items in his hand with disappointment. "This time I got an additional 10 spirit stones, so it's not a loss. A week later, in front of the notice board, Su Qing sincerely prayed, "Great deity system above. Please let me draw the green quality spiritual roots." The system displayed, "Congratulations host, you have drawn the green quality talent, sword Dao genius." He was so enraged, "Damn it, I'm not even a swordsman, why set a meat table for a monk?" Simulate ended, Su Qing continued to choose the treasure bag, "This time I'll choose spirit rice." Next time, he sincerely prayed, "Blessed by the profound sovereign of heaven and earth, may I draw the green quality spiritual roots." Start simulate. Looking at that result, he was desperate, "Congratulations host, you have drawn the green quality talent, face like pouring joy." At this moment, Su Qing just wanted to throw this system away. What kind of trash talent is this? I'm not even going to be a star, what good is being handsome? Face like pouring joy, your appearance in the eyes of others will be exceptionally outstanding, your charm towards the opposite sex will soar, even the system cannot help but be moved. Beautiful, truly beautiful. Seeing the system's shy red display, Su Qing felt goosebumps. "You have thick eyebrows and big eyes like this system, and you." Continuing to simulate, he now had thick eyebrows and sparkling big eyes. Even Su Qing had to be enamored with himself, "Is this still me? Damn, I'm so handsome." In the secret realm, you are still enthusiastically fighting monsters. Su Qing reminds everyone, be alert. Under no circumstances should you let the eyes of the demon beasts shine on you. If you do, you must quickly stab its eyes. The younger ones are fascinated by your appearance, saying, "Yes, senior." The demon beasts are incredibly cool, oh no, their eyes are the weakness of the demon beasts. Su Qing sighs, "Wake up, you guys, we are fighting in dungeons, not on a date." Qing Quan hides behind a rock, calling out, "Senior. You interrupt, if I remember correctly, this is the 278th time I've caught you peeking at me, right?" Su Qing holds up a mirror and looks at himself, "Am I really that handsome?" The mirror shines as if to display a huge yes. Your presence has attracted the attention of many. The girls, infatuated, plead with the senior, "Please take us to the dungeons." Even the manager from the media company comes looking for Su Qing, "Do you want to be a star? Tianxing Entertainment welcomes you. Hey handsome, don't you want to avoid struggling for 20 years? Su Qing quickly runs away, "I have things to do, I'm not going with you anymore." He hides in his room, locking the door, leaving behind the calls from outside, classmate Su Qing. "Hey, handsome, please consider it," Su Qing said helplessly. "In recent years, being good-looking has not been easy. Maybe you should stay indoors and focus on your cultivation in the dormitory for a while." The simulation continued. On November 18, 2023, in the new era, you entered Jinling City. According to the plan, you met Song Shui. She proactively greeted, "Meeting is fate, why not have a drink together?" This time, he was truly angry, "If I had known it would be this easy to talk, I wouldn't have memorized those difficult Buddhist topics." Just then, an elder came over and said, "Your appearance is indeed outstanding." Su Qing was shocked, "What's going on? Even you?" The simulation system continued. "Your beauty has stirred the old man. He originally wanted to take you as a disciple. Unfortunately, your talent is too lacking, so he can only give you a few spirit stones, hoping that your extraordinary looks can remain in this world a little longer." He helplessly held his forehead and sighed, "It's truly hopeless that the world only values appearances." Update notification, this simulation has ended. You can choose a reward from the following options: Heavenly Gifted Face Like Pouring Joy, Second Level Foundation Establishment Cultivation. 105 Spirit Stones as props. Su Qing was speechless, this system with big eyes, you. The system had made its decision, your appearance fascinates the system, so the system has decided to grant you an additional chance to use Face Like Pouring Joy. He didn't even bother to be angry anymore, getting a free green talent isn't bad. With this talent, next time I can definitely draw dual spiritual roots. Su Qing had a new choice, this time I choose spirit stones. A week later, he used the talent Face Like Pouring Joy once. At this moment, Su Qing looked incredibly handsome. He used his looks to charm the system, "Let me draw the green talent of spiritual roots. You wouldn't want me to fall on the path to immortality, right?" Su Qing blew it a kiss, "System, I'm begging you." This time he was very confident about drawing the green talent. The system granted his wish. Congratulations, you have drawn the green talent, Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots. The Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots Green Talent. Your cultivation talent far exceeds that of ordinary people. You are no longer at the lowest level of 5-element mixed spiritual roots. You now have Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots, allowing you to cultivate Dual Wood Fire Element skills. Su Qing was overjoyed. Finally, it's here. The green quality, belonging to the wood and fire attributes, has a spiritual origin. The simulation process is beginning. He looked at the green talent in his hand with satisfaction. It only took a day to absorb a spirit stone. Indeed, cultivating immortals relies on talent. The simulation process continues. You spent a week cultivating to the refined chi stage, level 5, and the spiritual energy in your body is even more abundant. You followed the plan and met Song Shui again. You and Song Shui once more received a mission from the old man. After the mission ended, you were kept behind alone. The old man assessed, your talent is extraordinary, with hope of stepping onto the path of cultivating immortals. Your wood attribute is very suitable for taking care of the spiritual field, and your fire attribute has the opportunity to step onto the path of refining pills. Su Qing then pleaded, please, Venerable One, accept me as your disciple. The old man hesitated, you started on the path of cultivating immortals too late, having missed the best age for it. He was curious, may I ask, Venerable One, if I were to cultivate normally, what realm should I be in now? The Venerable One replied, at least in the golden elixir cultivation. From this, Su Qing deduced, that means if I want to successfully become a disciple, I must reach golden elixir cultivation when the dungeons of Qing Yun's spiritual field are opened. You continue your training. Venerable One Inch says that you must infuse spiritual energy into the jade slip to view its contents. Seeing the scroll, Su Qing is overjoyed. This is a new skill. I must diligently train before the apocalypse. Continuing the simulation, over 6 years, you gain some insights into the agriculture's God Spirit nurturing technique, learning how to cultivate the Spirit Valley and harvesting 1,000 pounds of third-grade spirit rice. After eating the spirit rice, your cultivation refines your body, successfully breaking through to the bone-forging realm. In the simulation, Su Qing excitedly brings a bag of goods. Song Shui, this is the spirit rice I grew, I want to exchange it for 20 spirit stones you have. She leans over you, seductively saying, then I will be relying on you for the next month. Su Qing feels suspicious as she notices everything growing dim. Why is it so dark? Seeing a monster with sharp teeth before him, you quickly sit up. Damn it, it's here again. The system displays, you can choose a reward from the following options. Spiritual Roots Dual Wood Fire Element Talent, priced at 10,000 energy points. Foundation Establishment Realm Level 3 Cultivation, priced at 2,700 energy points. Bone Forging Realm Level 7 Cultivation, priced at 75,500 energy points. Agriculture's God Spirit Nurturing Technique, priced at 1 billion energy points. 50 Secondary Spirit Rice Props, priced at 25,000 energy points. Understanding Trees in a Simulate Comprehension, priced at 10,000 energy points. Su Qing was surprised, comprehension can also be purchased. This skill requires 1 billion energy points, truly powerful. The announcement continued to display, Spiritual Roots Dual Wood Fire Element Green Talent 10,000 energy points. Foundation Establishment Realm 3rd Level Cultivation, priced at 2,700 energy points. Bone Forging Realm 7th Level Cultivation, priced at 7,500 energy points. Agriculture's God Spirit Nurturing Technique, priced at 1 billion energy points. He thought that skills could be requested from the old man cultivating immortals in reality, but if he overlooked the dual spiritual roots, this dungeon would be hopeless. The system updated, congratulations host, you have received Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots. Checking reveals you possess spiritual roots of the same type as the White Talent Spiritual Roots. The Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots are replacing it. Su Qing quickly pulled down his pants to check his younger brother, it's replaced already? Lucky, it's just a bit bigger. One last simulate before the dungeon opens. This time I have to reach Golden Elixir. A week later, he was at the airport. This simulate day seems to be the day the dungeons open, it can only be simulated on the plane. When the plane took off, Su Qing requested, "System, start simulate." The system reminded him, "Congratulations, you have received the white talent, resolute face. To others, you appear to have a very determined face, like a righteous protagonist, making it easier to gain others' trust." After getting off the plane, he would still look for Song Shui. Activating resolute face, Song Shui blushed upon seeing him. "This is the first time I've met this junior, why do I feel he is so trustworthy? Never mind, I'll just go with the flow." She extended an invitation, "Meeting is fate, do you want to join me?" Su Qing immediately agreed, "Sure." The simulate system reminded him, "You have completed the old man's task as desired." The Venerable One asked for confirmation, "You really only need 1,000 spirit stones, and you don't want to become my disciple?" He replied, "Yes, Venerable One." The old man handed Su Qing a money bag, "Forget it, your cultivation is not enough to become my disciple. If you do not understand the value, then I won't force you." After obtaining 1,000 spirit stones, you found a feng shui sanctuary and practiced day and night. During this time, Nianan, Yu Yan, and Song Shui passed away one after another. It is unknown how long had passed, but you had fully absorbed the 1,000 spirit stones, and finally, you ended your seclusion. At this point, you had reached the 9th level of the foundation establishment stage. "I just need a little more to reach the golden elixir, but I have used up all the spirit stones." The system announced that this simulation had ended. Su Qing frowned at the final scene. The system reminded, "You can choose a reward from the following options: resolute face white talent, worth 1,000 energy points, 9th level foundation establishment stage cultivation, worth 9,800 energy points." You felt a bit regretful, "I could only cultivate to the 9th level of the foundation establishment stage. In the simulation, I couldn't progress further due to the lack of spirit stones, but in the Qingyun spiritual field, there is spiritual energy, which is really promising." Next was not a simulation but reality. You reassured yourself, "This is the first time I have truly met Song Shui. It's okay, don't panic, you are the man who has memorized the 10 hardest Buddhist topics." Seeing her figure in the distance, Su Qing thought to himself, "Here she comes. The beautiful and graceful figure is exactly the person you need to find. It's Song Shui. I really can't believe that Song Shui is already 30 years old now." Su Qing approached to strike up a conversation, "Senior, you are Senior Song Shui, right? I saw you on the school's expert board, meeting you is fate. Senior, you also came to Jinling City, right?" She replied, "I'm so sorry, I'm in a hurry." Su Qing suddenly remembered, "I almost forgot, I don't have any talent at all right now. To her, I'm just a stranger." He threw out a bunch of tricks, "Then I can only use that move. Senior, please talk to me, please talk to me." Song Shui turned back to ask, "This is?" Su Qing bent down to pick up the pile of books, "Oh no, these are the books I painstakingly found at the antique bookstore." She immediately took notice, "Are you studying Buddhism?" He smiled awkwardly, "It's just a little interest, nothing compared to your level, Senior." Song Shui was surprised, "Do you know I like Buddhism?" Su Qing cleverly said, "I once read your thesis in the library." She accepted this companion, "Meeting you is fate. If we are already in Jinling City, then let's go together." Su Qing obediently said, "Yes, Senior." He looked forward to it. "Next, we just need to wait until we discover the dungeons." Song Shui chatted while walking, "Did you get into a fight again over whether Sakyamuni Buddha is a bastard child? You're really such a child." He felt embarrassed, "I was just really angry." In his heart, he thought, "I must be about to discover the dungeon soon." Su Qing stopped, "Senior, there's light over there." A portal to a secret realm appeared at the base of an ancient tree. She was shocked, "What is this? This is a temporary dungeon." He was secretly happy, "Finally, I'm about to enter the dungeons in reality, this time, I must succeed in becoming a disciple." Song Shui sincerely advised, "Junior, most temporary dungeons are very dangerous. You haven't graduated yet, it's better not to go in for now." He replied with a bright smile, "But you're here, right? You won't let anything happen to me, will you?" She blushed and thought, "Does he trust me that much?" Outwardly, she confidently said, of course. Wait a moment, no matter what happens, you must stay close to me. Su Qing replied, no problem. He sighed as he looked at the scene before him. This is the Qing Yun spiritual field. Experiencing it in person is completely different from what one feels in a simulation. The spiritual energy here is very dense, cultivating in this place, I will definitely be able to break through. Song Shui seriously reminded, don't be careless, many dungeons that look lush and green actually hide murderous intentions. He asked for advice, sister, there's a thatched cottage over there. Should we go check it out? From the thatched cottage, the Venerable One stepped out and called, you too, how could you find my secluded place? Song Shui replied, we unexpectedly saw a 7-colored entrance. The old man continued, it seems that you two are indeed people of great fortune. Since there is a connection, I will grant you both a magical power, how about that? She sincerely clasped her hands in respect, thank you, Venerable One. The Venerable One asked for their opinion, I am busy cultivating and have little time to oversee the spiritual field. I wonder if you two would be willing to help me. Su Qing immediately responded, no problem. He whispered, sister, this old man is really nice, he only needs us to farm. It's a pity this is just a temporary dungeon. She skeptically asked, do you know how to farm? Su Qing laughed and replied, of course, I come from a rural area. Every year, I have to farm once. So he went down to the fields alone to farm. First, he cleared the weeds, then he carried water, and after that, he irrigated the crops. Su Qing's hands gathered strength, and then he transmitted spiritual energy into the spirit valley, making it grow better. Song Shui walked over and patted his shoulder, asking, Su Qing, why do you think the challenge of the Venerable One is farming? Could there be another Dao sect inside? He shyly replied, why care about that? In this beautiful place with lush green mountains and abundant spiritual energy, farming is also a way to cultivate oneself. The harder the task, the richer the reward. She was skeptical, the task of this dungeon is to farm, what kind of good reward could there be? Only Su Qing knew, for someone without spiritual roots, of course, there would be no good rewards. But for me, this place is worth more than 10,000 spirit stones. When the Venerable One came to check, he was stunned, this is. 7 days later, as Song Shui diligently irrigated, a violent explosion suddenly erupted behind him, he had refined a golden pearl. Su Qing's eyes sparkled with blue light. The pearl grew larger, harmonizing with the power in his dantian. He joyfully exclaimed, I have reached the foundation establishment peak. There is only one step left to reach the golden elixir. Song Shui anxiously ran over, Su Qing, what's wrong with you? He reassured, I'm fine. Venerable One was surprised, little friend, you are actually a cultivator. May I ask what your attribute is? Su Qing began to fabricate, well, I just happened to acquire a set of skills. My mind is confused as I stepped onto the path of cultivating immortals, and I don't even know what my attribute is. The elder was astonished, you've reached such heights without knowing your attribute. Little friend, you are impressive. Venerable One presented a spirit stone, please place your hand here, little friend. Su Qing was also anxious, it's happening, the first step in my apprenticeship journey. The elder explained, little friend, you have dual wood and fire element spiritual roots. While it cannot compare to the supreme single spiritual roots, it is sufficient for cultivating immortals and suitable for the path of refining pills. I observe that the skill you learned is the Chang Chun technique from the Chang Chun sect. Although this skill has an upper limit, it is still greatly beneficial for a cultivator just starting on their path. Moreover, the wood attribute skill absorbs the life force of all things and can also return to nature, making it very suitable for studying the path of growing spirit food. His hand trembled, it's coming, something bigger is on the way. Venerable One spoke the words that Su Qing had long been waiting for. Meeting is fate. Poor man is the old farmer of the Qingyun sect, with the title Qingyun Zi. I wonder if the little friend is willing to take me as your master. Poor man is willing to accept you as a registered disciple. Upon receiving the boy's consent, disciple is willing, the old man continued, if you have entered my sect, the master has a few gifts to bestow upon you. The first gift is a set of immortal techniques, named agriculture's God Spirit Nurturing Technique, which the master obtained by chance. The master has painstakingly researched it for 1,000 years but has yet to fully cultivate it. I see that you have great talent in farming, so I bestow this immortal technique upon you. If you can cultivate this immortal technique to perfection, you will also have a place in these 3,000 worlds. Thank you, master. The boy happily accepted. 100,000 points of energy, this is 100,000 points of energy. The old man continued to present the second gift, which was the 3-inch small blessed land, conveniently portable. Su Qing was shocked. Do you want to give this entire temporary dungeon to me? The old man infused a stream of spiritual energy into the boy's forehead. Although the space of this 3-inch small blessed land is only a small mountain covering 100 square feet, this small mountain is rich in spiritual energy, lush green, and has clear waters. Very suitable for me to study the skill of cultivating spirit food. Su Qing clasped his hands in acceptance. Thank you, master. The elder continued, this third gift is the Qinyin token of the Qinyin sect. Although you are only my registered disciple, your status in the sect is not low. When you reach the return to void realm, you can become my official disciple. At that time, just come to the Qinyin sect in the Qinyin world. Su Qing's wish had come true. This Qinyin sect looks like a serious sect for cultivating immortals. If I can enter the sect for training, I will make a fortune here. He stared blankly at the token in his hand, and Su Qing inquired, Master, you mentioned earlier that I am suited for pill refining, but I still don't have any spells for refining pills. The Venerable One replied, Master is not skilled in the Tao of pill refining, and does not have the superior skill in pill refining to give you. However, this Lihua pill refining art was obtained by chance, and it records 360 methods of refining pills, which should be enough for you to learn. Su Qing accepted it. With this, training will be good, and making money will also be easy. The Venerable One revealed, as for the superior cultivation skills, you must understand that too much greed will lead to indigestion. For now, you already have the Chang Chun technique. This skill is sufficient for you to cultivate to the return to void realm. Moreover, it has many benefits for you. Wait until you have perfected this skill before seeking the master. Seeing the Venerable One dash away, Su Qing called out, Master, I haven't gotten in the car yet. No, my skill is just an incomplete version, it's fundamentally not enough to cultivate to the return to void realm. Is this old man being intentional or just careless? Could it be a test? It seems that finding the latter half of the Chang Chun technique will have to be scheduled. In the quiet of the late night, Song Shui called out, Su Qing. She was waiting for him outside the barrier. You finally came out, it's already dark. Su Qing smiled brightly and replied, Senior sister, I wanted to find you for something. I want to exchange 50 pounds of spirit rice for 50 of your spirit stones, is that all right? She blushed as she accepted. I can only receive these rewards because you helped me, I should share half with you. He nervously exclaimed, this. Song Shui suggested, if you're shy about taking it for free, then how about you come with me to the city? Su Qing blurted out, sure. They led each other to the large bedroom in the hotel. Inside, candles were lit for a romantic atmosphere. Song Shui wore a sexy dress, holding a seductive glass of red wine, and spoke. The younger ones come to Jin Ling to either find someone or something. Is there anything you need my help with? On that alluring body, beads of sweat rolling down only enhanced her seductive appearance. The boy wisely shut his eyes tight, not daring to make eye contact. At that moment, a notification appeared. The 7-day cooldown has ended. Does the host want to start the simulation? Su Qing thought to himself. The timeline in the Qin Yun spiritual field dungeons is the same as in reality. I've been in the dungeons for 7 days, and 7 days have also passed outside. He stood up abruptly and asked for permission. Sister, I need to use the restroom for a moment. She replied. Sure, go ahead. Then, Song Shui shyly pulled her towel aside, looking at her lingerie beneath. Did I wear the wrong color today? She had no idea that he was solely focused on the simulation. The system displayed. Starting simulation, drawing the green talent, mainland gentleman. Mainland gentlemen, you are naturally stronger than ordinary people, with physical strength several times greater than that of an average person, and you possess an extraordinary talent in refining the body. Su Qing thought. After I successfully become a disciple, will the apocalypse still happen? After waiting a long time without hearing him come out, she knocked on the restroom door. "Su Qing, are you not done yet?" Song Shui asked with some concern, "Is everything okay?" He quickly stepped out to open the door and replied, "It's fine." She blushed and said, "That's great, you've been gone for so long, I thought something happened." Su Qing politely exclaimed, "Thank you for your concern, senior." Sitting down at the dining table under the candlelight, Song Shui reminded him, "After a long day, you should take a shower too." He was only focused on enjoying dinner, saying, "Let's talk after eating." Suddenly, her soft hand touched his, surprising Su Qing, "Senior." Song Shui suggested, "How about we wait a bit before eating?" Then she leaned over him, preparing to take action. The system simulated, you and Song Shui are happily spending a week in Jinling City. A week later, Su Qing, exhausted and drained, packed his suitcase to leave, saying, "Song Shui was really much more vigorous when she was younger, I almost had to chew on goji berries raw. But at least I can continue to simulate now." He pressed the start button to simulate. You enter the secret realm Qin Yun that the master has given you. In the small secret realm Qin Yun, Su Qing felt confident, this time with spirit rice for cultivation progress, it should be a bit faster. You enjoy a bowl of soft and sticky white rice. This spirit rice is really delicious, this flavor, this feeling. Simulating the scene, every day you enter the spirit field blessed land, bringing it with you, wholeheartedly taking care of the spirit valley in the fields. You are very strong, and your rice intake is several times that of an average person. In one meal, you can eat a kilogram of spirit rice. Finally, you break through to the bone-forging realm. Su Qing recalls, last time I cultivated for 3 years, I only reached the 5th level of refined body. This time, I broke through to the 1st level of bone-forging realm in just a week. Spirit rice is indeed a good thing. Besides spirit rice, it must also be because of the mainland gentleman, I need to bring this talent from the simulation into reality. The system reminds, your cultivation speed is like a rocket, completely immersing you. Every day you enter the dungeons to cultivate for 3 hours, and the rest of the time you lead the new female students to the dungeons for training. The girls jostle each other, "Senior, please take me with you." As your cultivation in refining the body continues to increase, the success rate of clearing dungeons becomes higher and higher. The junior girls come to you for training, and the demand far exceeds the supply. Su Qing finds Yu Yan, "Hey, you fatty, here's the money I borrowed from you, I'm returning it now." He is overjoyed. "Your money-making speed is impressive, my friend." At this moment, the system indicated that you had quickly earned enough 50,000. Yu Yan suddenly remembered, "Right, Qin Quan asked me to pass on a message, she wants to talk to you tonight, in the small forest outside the school." Su Qing understood immediately, she wants to drop out and join the mysterious organization again. This time, you did not stop Qin Quan from joining the mysterious organization, just advised her to be careful. That night, you all tried many new moves in the small forest. Su Qing was satisfied with this progress, yes, that's right. Joining the mysterious organization, finding the complete version of the Changchun technique. Simulate continued. After Qin Quan dropped out, you practiced in the spiritual field. In the 2nd year since she left, you broke through to the 7th level of the bone-forging realm. In the 3rd year, you broke through to the 9th level of the bone-forging realm. In the 4th year, your cultivation broke through to the perfected state of the bone-forging realm. After that, you encountered a bottleneck and could not break through anymore. You speculated in the simulation, according to the agriculture's God spirit nurturing technique, different types of spirit food will increase the cultivation speed to varying degrees. If I want to continue breaking through, I need to find spirit food of a higher grade than spirit rice. I remember that before going, Master left me the spirit food seeds. Where could they be? Finally, you dug out that bag of spirit food. Found it. Su Qing read from the book, this spirit food is called white jade ginseng. The method of cultivation is to bury a regular ginseng deep in the spiritual field, transmitting spiritual energy day and night. Then he read the line about digging it up after 10 years and felt despair. Su Qing was annoyed, 10 years. Isn't that basically the apocalypse? I'll be dead by then, and only then can you harvest it. The simulation displayed, white jade ginseng cannot defeat you, do you want to find another option? If normal plants absorb spiritual energy for a long time, they will turn into spirit food, then perhaps animals will do the same. So you caught a few chickens from the outside world and released them into the spirit field blessed land. You tried feeding the chicks spirit rice. 1/10 of the chicks died unexpectedly. The remaining chicks survived resiliently, and their intelligence clearly increased. As you immersed yourself in the grand endeavor of raising chickens, Qin Quan returned with the upper part of the Changchun technique. She gently said, "Senior, I found the upper part of the Changchun technique suitable for your talent in cultivating immortals." Su Qin declined, "I don't need this skill. But I have a request. I want to join your organization." "Do you want to join? Can't you recommend me?" Qin Quan agreed, "Well, I can. I am already a master of the strong sect, so I am qualified to recommend new members." He happily hugged her, "That's great, thank you, Qin Quan." She shyly replied, "No need to be polite." At Advent sect, Qin Quan led him inside. "Elder Ing, Su Qin has arrived." The person inside the hall commanded, "Come in." The other person, dressed from head to toe in a tight outfit, asked, "Are you Su Qin?" He replied, "Yes." But inside, he felt uneasy. Why is this place so gloomy? Advent sect Elder Ing ordered, "Sit down." Su Qin bowed, "Thank you, Elder." He couldn't tell at first, is this person male or female? The voice is both deep and soft, could it be a eunuch? Qin Quan offered tea, "Senior, please drink this tea." The other person spoke, "If you want to join our sect, then I will first introduce the name and doctrine of our sect." Su Qin took a sip of tea and said, "Thank you, Elder, for clarifying my doubts." The next words from the other person made him spit out the sip of tea he just drank. "The name of our sect is Advent sect, and our doctrine is to eliminate professionals so that the world belongs to the foreign tribe. Humans are fundamentally unworthy to dominate this planet, the great foreign tribe is the only true deity." He himself couldn't determine, have I crossed over to the immortal cultivating city or the dark forest? The elder gave Su Qin a choice, "You can still retreat now. Once you join the Advent sect, there's no turning back." He had to follow through, "I won't retreat, as long as I can exchange for the lower part of the Changchun technique, I am willing to give everything to the Advent sect." The other party refused, "Everything is not necessary, if you want to exchange for skills, you can take on a mission or offer a treasure." He thought, does the spirit rice count as a treasure? So Su Qin tried to offer it, "I wonder if this spirit rice can be exchanged for skills." The elder was shocked, "You actually have spirit rice." The simulation displayed, "An elder has disappeared." A strange elder took the person away and then returned. That elder suddenly cracked the whip toward Su Qin, who was tied to a stone pillar, saying, "Where did your spirit rice come from?" Despite being battered, he remained defiant, "I won't say a word. In the end, you were tortured to death, living for 29 years. Your talent, die without closing eyes, has been activated." Behind, a follower asked, "Zong Elder, this person is not suitable, what should we do?" He disdainfully stepped on the boy's face, "A shrimp like him is worthy of cultivating immortals." The followers behind shouted in unison, "Wise Elder." A reminder notification appeared, "Die without closing your eyes has expired, this simulation ends now." Su Qin was shocked to see his appearance, the person just now was. Today's session ends here. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel to motivate the admin to create new videos. Additionally, you can support me by increasing views or donating through the information in the description below. Now, goodbye and see you all again. And remember to subscribe to the channel.